Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl, Steph Lover here.
It's your boy CP. We out here.
Another episode of Hats and Heels, the podcast. And before we get started, I know y'all see Fat Trel.
What's up? What's up?
Before we even get started, I got to give a big shout out to the 15th anniversary of, you see the shirt?
Oh, yeah.
You already know what it is, because niggas do podcasts every day, B. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I got to give it up, you know what I'm saying? Paid in full.
Paid in full.
That was kind of like our Scarface, you know what I'm saying? So for all of those, so enough of that, because you know where we at.
Oh, she gonna do that. She know I'm a cowboy.
That's exactly why I did it. Yeah.
Hey, listen, I was going to take it light, but since you're a Cowboys fan, I'm going to give you hell.
Hey, look, you used to give us hell too, man. I used to be beefing with you, Slim.
Oh, man. All right, now let's get a proper introduction. Fat Gleesh is in the building, a.k.a. Fat Trel. Welcome home, baby.
Thank you.
Welcome home.
Thank you.
That was a short stint, though. That was less than a year.
Yeah, it was.
But that's too much time.
I was about to say, that's one day too many.
Too much time.
Any day or more than a day is too much time, man.
But why go through it? Why go back and forth with it? Just get away from it. Like, you know, when you look at Baton Rouge rappers, you know, because that's a city that has a lot of local stars that don't make it out. And knowing that, you're in the same situation. You're a local guy.
You repping DC
Your neighborhood
crazy.
is always where you get in the most trouble.
Yeah.
So why not get out? Just loyal to DC. Just loyal to it. Huh?
Well, yeah, that too. Just definitely loyal to it. But you know, a lot of people. I don't think a lot of people know. But I already lived in Hollywood. You know what I'm saying? I lived in Miami. So, you know, it's like I lived in those places that I always wanted to go to. You feel me? So I was just at that age, but I was like, man, you know, come back home and you know, got the crib, got the whips
and lost your
the
mind.
Yeah, lost my mind,
What's in the
man.
crib?
I lost my mind.
Man, you can take that anywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But hold on, CP.
You
Now,
right.
you was kind of out there when
But I ain't
you
never
was the
got
young
in
boy,
trouble.
too.
This is what the difference is. I've never gotten in trouble.
Yeah, you're right, you're right.
Despite everything that we've had access to, you always got to do it with the mind frame. Like, I still got to be a role model. Even for him, in his hood, it's a kid that's looking at him like, you know what, Trel did it this way.
Trel could get it, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, just the image for whoever your loyal fan base is. It's not to appease everyone because, hey, I'm not an ass kisser either. But on the flip side, any day that they tell you when to eat and you at this level, but they tell you, hey, here, you eat when I tell you to eat,
then
that's
a
not
problem.
what you want to do.
So let's take it back.
Not
so
at all.
You
You're
was
right.
you got locked up for some counterfeit bills, some drinking drive. How much of that was true, and how much was a fabrication? Let's hear it from the horse's mouth.
Well, the time I just did was for possession of a firearm, and,
Okay.
and in Virginia was the possession of marijuana with intent to distribute. So you know the counterfeit situation, that was a misdemeanor out at the casino. Like I said, one of my homies was on parole, and you know, I knew it was a misdemeanor. You know, my lawyer eat that up, so I took that for the homie. You know what I'm saying? So,
You
but
took one for the team.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, see, that's what I'm
It
saying.
had
'cause
to be
sometimes-
somebody else in the crew.
Yo, it's
besides
always,
you and
he's
your
supposed
homie.
to take that. You took that for him.
Yeah, 'cause
you
he
the
was on-
star. He supposed to take that.
I know, but it's a misdemeanor. You know what I'm saying? And he had
But you the
parole.
cash
He got 3 years parole. So if he would have took that, he would have been gone for an
need
extra
some
3
more
years.
homeboys like you, boy.
know what
I
I'm
tell you,
saying?
because
So-
the
Yeah,
star
it was
usually.
so it was just the two of y'all. Y'all didn't have a third
No,
person, a female with you. That
Nah, yeah,
could've-
we had a female, but she wasn't right there.
Y'all
She
eat
wasn't
it.
right where we was at that time. She wasn't right there with us where we was at that time.
What do
But,
you think about that situation in hindsight, looking back? Was that
You know, it's just
not the best career move? What did Rick have to say about that? What Rick Ross had to say?
we didn't even discuss it because you know. We know what it is. You know, niggas slip up. I mean, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And you know, like I said, man, I'm not accused of killing nobody or you know robbing
Yeah,
8 banks. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
that's
So
the
it is.
issue.
It's
For
just
so
slight shit.
simple. You didn't create whatever it was.
They ran with it, though, Trel.
I
They'll run with it.
You don't have a counterfeit machine. You didn't go out and create these bills, however you came across them. But they always run with everything when it's the black community. And then our people push the shit to the point that it makes you look like, oh boy, this man, he down bad. He out here with counterfeit money. Bro, like, what's with our community in trying to keep you down?
Yeah,
because
I thought you was kingpin status. When I read the shit,
didn't kill anyone.
Yeah, when I read the shit, your charges, I was like, damn, Trel out here kingpin and shit. Like, damn, they making this nigga to be, you know, the next El Chapo out here in D.C.
I don't know. You know, that's excuse me. That's what people do, though. You know, that's what black people do, man. You know, especially with in this social media area. You know, people they gonna have shit to say. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it is what it is. You know, motherfuckers don't know me personally. They don't know how my family ties is and how me and my friends live. You know, I feel like they think that, you know, a lot of these rappers, they don't do what they rap about, and they don't come from where they imitating that they come from. You know what I'm saying? So with me and my situation is different. So I feel like regardless of what they say, certain decisions I do for, you know, my niggas. Like, I love my niggas. These more than 10-year niggas with me. You know what I'm saying? We grew up from the sandbox.
Speaking of them, like, those are normally turns out to be the ones that cause your downfall, or the ones that leave you when shit get hard. You know what I mean? So even for your partner that you took that charge for, how is your relationship now? And then everyone else has been around for that time period. Have you had to separate yourself?
Yeah, because as you get more successful, you got to leave a few. Everybody just don't look right on the red carpet. You know, they don't know how to handle it.
Yeah. I mean, you don't have to. Most of my niggas ain't even built for the red carpet. They don't even. You know what I'm saying? So, but me and his relationship is stronger than ever. You know what I'm saying? I would have did that any day of the week and twice on Sunday. You feel me? That's just like how we do. You know what I'm saying? You on parole, it ain't, you know, it's certain shit he did for me, man. $100 million wouldn't repay him. You feel me?
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? It's shit like he did for me, $100 million wouldn't repay him. You feel me? So it's like, you know, that was a small thing. You know
that's favor for favor. But you still have these homeboys that, you know, you so loyal to, you've done so much for, you've shown the world, or as much as you've seen, you've took someone along with you, and all of a sudden those people come back and stab you in the back. And what people don't understand, when you're a loyal person, in someone that you consider my friend, because it's hard for me to say my friend, like, if I say my friend, like, we brothers, you know what I mean? Yeah. But when they cross you, it ain't no makeup. Like, for me, I don't care who it is. If I consider you a trustee or trustworthy dude to bring you into my circle, into my clique, when you cross me, we don't get to recover from that. No, but I can forgive you. You're forgiven tomorrow. Right. But I'll never mess with you the same way.
It's different. It's different.
Yeah.
You ain't had none of those experiences while you was down?
Nah.
I mean, it was a short stint. It was really short.
Nah, ain't nobody crossing me or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Nah, it wasn't even like that. Like I said, what I was locked up for had nothing to do with that charge. Yeah. You feel me? What I was locked up for was possession of an unregistered firearm, which, in that case, I was in the car with two hoes. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, like I said, a lot of the homies was like, man, you should have let them eat that charge, but they had kids. Both of them bitches had kids. You know what I'm saying? I'm not that type of nigga. Like, no matter how much money I got, you know what I'm saying? You got children. This is a weekday. You know, we might be fighting this case for 3-4 months. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, that is the nicest description of hoes and bitches I ever heard. Yo, that's why I love you.
You got some good hoes.
That's why I love you, Trump.
You know what I'm saying? I could have put them through that situation. You know, we'll be out in 3 months. We could beat it. But, you know, for what? I'm not that type of dude. My mother ain't raised me that way. You know what I'm saying? I took my lick on the chin. That was me. You know what I'm saying?
So, Trel, let me ask you real quick. What is the biggest misconception about Fat Trel?
That I'm a hoe?
I don't think that's a big misconception. I think that's right on point.
Hey, you gotta own it, man.
I done met a little bit of.
That's
I done
the
met
problem.
a couple of You know what I'm saying? Scragglers that was like, well, if you happen to bump in the trail.
Man, you
That's
gotta
the
own
problem, man. They think bitches were trying to take me home last night. I'm like, man, I'm not a hoe. Like, what the fuck?
So you saying you taking? You off the market? Is that what you saying?
Man, something like
Well,
that.
what you saying?
You just saying you're not out in the streets
Devo,
as if the perception has been given. But enough of the negativity. When you get to your music, you had a chance to work with P. You had a chance to work with Rick, New Orleans, Miami. What was the difference in those situations?
When P first called me, that was real big for me, man. We had just got off tour with Juicy J. And to be honest, P called us about doing a movie. You know what I'm saying? P called us about doing a movie, and no offense, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate him for everything that he did, but us going out LA was for movie purposes. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that I wouldn't have done music with him, but we went out there for movie purposes, and it turned out to be like, after 6 songs, we just recording. I'm like, damn, when we gonna start these acting classes and get the scripts to the movie that we supposed to be doing? And
so do you think he called you out there on a bait and switch a little bit?
Yeah, he did.
Ooh.
Yeah, he did.
Talk about it.
He did. And then like when I left Hollywood, so fast forward like a year later, when I left Hollywood and I seen this interview that he did, and he was like, Trel impatient and he was rushing to get a deal and all that. Well, why you doing interviews like me signing No Limit was a possibility? That was never the initial plan. You know what I'm saying?
Didn't he just do something similar like that with Kodak Black? I just read something similar, not about the movie, but it was something, and then he didn't sign with P, and P got all pissed, and Kodak was like, I was never gonna sign with you anyway.
Yeah. That's what he do. Like he
that early dementia.
Yeah. He'd get somebody young and popping and fuck with him for a little bit, cause he do got that legendary status. He is a legend. Don't get me wrong.
It is very flattering to get a fucking call from him.
Yeah, it is. I'm not taking nothing away from him. You know what I'm saying? But I never planned on signing with No Limit. It just hurt me to see that interview. Like when I left LA, it really hurt me. Like I was really hurt.
Did you see him after that and have a conversation with him after that?
No.
No, not since.
So
I ain't talked to him since I signed the MMG.
Fast forward to Ross. How you meet the boss?
Getting with Ross and Ross big as he is in the music game now, continuously to blow up everything. I was looking at people don't know about Stolly, man. Stolly got one of the best flows, like laid back, cool flow.
Absolutely.
But people don't know about it.
Shout out to Stally too, man.
Stally, okay.
Yeah.
What is Ohio?
Yeah, Ohio. Yeah. He's from
Stally got
Cleveland.
the super beard. That nigga beard is unbelievable,
Man, his
girl.
flow
Love
is
that
unbelievable.
beard.
That's my
that
homie.
too.
Them people be so like overlooked in the game. Like people talk about music and you get all this bubblegum music. It's horrible. Like me, I'm from Mississippi. Yeah. So I'm from Mississippi. I grew up off Boo. You know what I mean? I grew up off Boo and all the I'm talking about who just got popped in the A.
What you mean? Who got popped?
Who?
Young
no,
Mozzie
not
got
Mozzie.
killed.
No, I'm talking about from
Young Dolph?
No.
That nigga did a video from the
What's
goddamn
Cash Money
hospital
on the
bed.
son name?
He what?
Was who?
Not Cash Money.
Who the fuck you
Trel.
talking about?
I don't know.
I just had a.
You got a serious
Bro, my
fucking
memory
brain
just
fart.
disappeared that quick. What's buddy from Trel name? That was with Webby them. Yeah, Lil Fat.
Oh yeah, Lil
Damn, you went
Fat.
all the way back.
Lil
nigga.
Fat,
I'm sitting here
Damn.
with Fat Trel. It's just like this shit wasn't racial. But Lil Fat.
I fuck with Lil Fat too. That was my homie, man.
Lil Fat CDs go so hard, man.
Yeah.
People never heard of them.
Yeah.
Never heard of them.
Lil Fat had Law, man. He was rapping Law, man.
Man.
Rest in peace, Lil Fat.
When you were locked down, so did you and Rick talk a lot about what's gonna happen when you got back out here? Was there a plan in place, or you just kind of did your time, like fuck, I'm gonna pick it up where I left off?
Yeah. Not like that. I'm gonna pick up where I left off. When we talked, we was talking about family and certain situations, because he had situations going on too.
He just had a baby.
Yeah. Congratulations to Rose. But we talked. He was just telling me I got to come down there so we could have a meeting. You know what I'm saying? Like the stuff that we had to discuss it. Well, we couldn't talk about that in a 15-minute phone call. You know what I'm saying? So.
But he still supports you. He's
Absolutely,
still there. Because I was looking for something like, something that you had left the label or something. But it was never none of that. It was just it was radio silent.
Yeah.
Nobody kind of knew how long you were gone, when you were coming back. None of that.
Yeah, nah. We still double MG, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people ask me that when I came home. Am I still with him?
Oh, they love the downfall. They waiting on the Trel.
I know they waiting.
Nigga locked up. He's on drugs. He got kicked off the label. They just, the negativity is crazy.
I know they waiting on it.
So what's the plan in place to drop some music? You got some music coming?
Absolutely.
Or what?
Absolutely. I've been recording since I came home. I'm about to drop a tape called Finally Free. And soon as parole allowed me to travel, man, I could go down to Atlanta and discuss with the label about dropping my first album.
Nice. DC been
So
waiting
how long you on
on you.
paper?
Absolutely. I'm on parole for 3 years.
So you got to wait 3 years before you can make a movie?
No.
No.
It's like a little trial period.
To be honest, man, I had a my actual parole officer. She gave me the okay to go to Atlanta. She wrote me a travel permit and all that. But her supervisor over top of her told her that it was too early. She was like, I guess she was like, he ain't been home for 30 days and he trying to leave already. We never had a parolee leave in less than 30 days. You know what I'm saying?
Gotta
and
get back to the
I ain't
bag,
got no box
shit.
or no GPS on my leg, so you know what I'm saying?
Well, that's always a good thing. So a lot has happened in music since you've been gone.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, because you was King Trap DC. You know what I'm saying? So the wave was coming, then you had to sit down.
Yeah.
Were you in there like, no, fuck, that was my wave?
Yeah. Nah, I wasn't like that, but I was just like, I'm missing it. But I like everything that DC is doing right now. You know what I'm saying? And everybody young and popping that's doing their thing right now. As soon as I came home,
you got your ear on?
We've been. I've been listening to Q the Fool a lot, man. Young Q the Fool. He been cranking. You know what I'm saying? But other than him, it's just I just feel like it's still just me and Glizzy. You know what I'm saying? And just
Glizzy is fucking out of here. Oh my God.
Hey,
Shout out to Glizzy
that song that he just did
I'm
with
the
Gold
Man?
Link just went
Platinum.
that just went platinum.
On an indie. So that means he's keeping the whole bag. I love that.
Shout out to
about
Gold
him.
Link too, my bad, man. Shout out to
Gold Link too.
Yeah.
So, they're all independent artists. You decided to sign with a label, independent label, but it's still label protocol.
Right.
You ever thought about taking the route that they did? Like, you know what? Let me just do my own shit, because you got your own team, you got your own base out here.
I did my own thing for a long time. You feel me?
You did.
I went independent for a long time, and
See, I met Trel as a teenager, kid. He was like
young.
15.
I was young when I
D-Bo
first
was
met
like,
Steph.
I need to hear this kid.
Yeah.
He
Nah,
came
I was
to me, none of
17.
this.
I was 17.
He had the bump knot, shorty. He had the curly little bump knot shit. You know what I'm saying? He was a young boy, but
but nah, I signed mostly why I signed to MMG because Ross my favorite rapper. You know what I'm saying? Like, since I was a kid, since I was like 10, 11 years old, like he was real live my favorite rapper. You know what I'm saying? So it was more than just signing for the name and for the money. It was just like,
hey, now Ross recreated his flow because when they first came out, it wasn't. I don't give a damn who you were. It wasn't nothing better in Florida than Trick. And Trick flow, when you go to Based on the True Story and all that, and everything that happened with Slip and Slide, Ross recreated himself because early on his flow wasn't what it is now. Now when you listen to Ross, it's a different vibe. You know what I mean? It's more. He's speaking to you. But early on, it was just like, I don't know about this. You know what I mean? And play Trick.
Yeah.
But Ross took over. Like, for Ross to go and do what he's done is much respect for that situation. But you saying that back then Ross was your favorite rapper? Oh, man. I don't know.
that ain't but
You
a
was
few
listening
years.
to a lot of...
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a young boy, though. I keep forgetting how
I'm a 90s baby, man.
Trel
you know
got
what
like
I'm
the
saying?
oldest soul,
I'm
but he's a
27.
young baby. Yeah, he's a young boy.
27, I just turned 36.
I'm just saying. So how are you with the other artists on the label? Like, how are you with Meek and Wale and, you know?
It's good. Everybody cool. You know, we cordial, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody from all different walks of life, you know. But you know,
Meek came back and dropped a banger too, though.
yeah. Shout out to Meek.
That wins and losses, man.
That wins and losses go hard. And I've never really listened to Meek Mill entire CD because it would get annoying at some point. He always had a song.
Like yelling and shit.
Yeah, like it would get annoying at some point. But this, like, for him to recover the way he recovered, is much respect. Like, that's a banging CD. And for the longest, I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna listen to it. And people's like, oh, you should check it out. You should check it out. And you know, it's always a woman that make you like, oh, like play this.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you see a woman vibe to it. And it was like, oh, let me listen to this one.
Yeah.
Who are you checking since you came home? Like, I like A Boogie. Like, he's just turned on to Meek. I got turned on to A Boogie. I
Yeah.
really like A Boogie. And Kodak Black is quietly becoming a favorite of mine because he just don't give a fuck. I love people like that.
Yeah,
That just they own their truth.
Right. I've been bumping Kodak heavy, man. You know what I'm saying? And just, you know, I rock with homie. You know, he a real nigga, man. You know what I'm saying? And he represent the struggle, man. You know, he all about it. So I've been rocking Kodak heavy. But other than that, man, I really, you know, I just be recording a lot. I be working a lot. So I'd be lying to you if I set up here and named a lot of rappers that.
Shit, you only been on 2 weeks,
Yeah,
yeah.
But in them
tell you
2
that
weeks,
I
man,
listen to
the first two artists you need to go work with, man, Kodak and NBA Youngboy. NBA Youngboy got a movement.
Yeah.
going
I like
on.
NBA
Yeah.
Youngboy.
My little
He
brother
just-
love NBA
This
Youngboy.
nigga
Man,
stay in a
NBA
fight in a
Youngboy.
situation.
Yeah, he wild.
He's a wild dude, but
Yeah.
I like him a lot too. Lil Pump.
Yeah,
like
Lil
Lil
Pump
Pump.
cranking, Lil Pump cranking too. Lil Pump cranking
P&B
too.
Rock. There's so many of them. I swear to God, I be trying to keep up. See, I really do, man. But it's a million of them niggas,
going
yo.
on, man. It's a lot going on. She said it's a million.
It's
of them.
really a million. It's the little Luls. You got the Luls. And then, you know what I'm saying?
A lot of people are entertainers. You know what I'm saying? When I first started rapping, I just wanted to make music for the hood and, you know what I'm saying, for myself. You feel me? But a lot of people are entertainers, so a lot of people have to create themselves and get themselves a certain name so they can have a certain stigma and outlook. But, you know, unfortunately, I just ain't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? This been my name. They been
It's the
calling me.
ICP. You ain't
Yeah.
see the green, blue,
They be calling
orange
me-
eyes? This
Yeah,
nigga
but
Trel,
that's
Trel,
Fat
Trel.
Trel. That ain't got nothing to do
I'm
with his
just
eyes.
saying,
That's
you
just,
know, for
hey, he
me-
was a little chubby dude. His name was
Nigga be
Fat
rapping, I be
Trel,
like,
what's up?
oh,
You know
look
what I
to
mean?
the eyes and whatnot and shit. So, yo, Trel, we're just so happy that you're home.
Thank you.
We had to get you on the podcast, you know what I'm saying? Nori was asking about you too, so we're going to alley-oop you up the
Oh, yeah.
N-O-R-E too.
Yeah. Tell my homie Nori I said what's up, man.
Yeah,
I
we
gotta
had
fuck with Nori, man. Nori a real one,
The
man.
DMV fuck with you. I see this, wait a minute. He got a tape out Fat and Ugly. What's that?
Oh, that's a tape me and my homie Yada did. Yada, he signed the MMG too.
Y'all know
We,
what's up? Come say hello. I didn't know
we-
you was
we-
on MG. I thought you security, nigga. Damn. I'm trying to
We,
get a hug to see where the burner was at. And shit. He was just excited to see me. I mean, I'm just saying.
We
You
recorded
gotta come
this.
on camera, baby. Say,
We
at least
recorded
say
this
what's up.
tape before.
Yeah, I'ma let you sit
we
down,
recorded
so
this
we
tape
relax.
before I got
Oh,
locked
let's
up.
see that. Let's see
So
something pop up.
the fat and ugly tape, we recorded that before I got locked up.
So it's just not dropping?
Yeah, nah. He dropped it. When you dropped Fat and Ugly, bro?
I think maybe like 30 days after he went to jail.
Yeah, probably like in December or January.
I'm not. For
It gotta be January. He dropped it January.
So you signed MMG
2017.
too? Where you from?
Yes, I'm from Las Vegas.
Woo! Vegas. It's a gambler out here. Oh, he's a
Hey,
look,
all he talking about is
I
pimping.
voluntarily tricked myself out on the nigga from Vegas. Goddamn.
Hey, I'm her manager.
Hey, CP crazy, man.
Hey, Trel, I think we covered everything. Anything else, see? I mean,
Nah, man, appreciate
we know your
y'all
social
coming.
media
Appreciate
fat
y'all
bleach.
swinging through,
We
man.
waiting for that music. You rep DMV so crazy. How the
Yeah.
fuck is you a Cowboys fan? What the fuck?
I ain't
But-
never been to Dallas. To this day, he ain't been to Dallas. He
Who?
did no show in Dallas or
Who?
nothing.
You did
Come
a
on,
show
man.
in Dallas,
Come on,
nigga.
man.
What?
He
He
ain't
talking
did no
crazy.
show in Dallas or
Listen,
nothing, man.
listen, man.
He
He
get
got
a
some
show.
I
money.
done been to
That's
Houston.
the Debo.
I done been to Dallas multiple times, and I like Dallas more than, no disrespect, I like Dallas more than Houston, San Antonio, all that. Like Dallas,
dope, man.
Dallas is my
Dallas
favorite
got
place.
that work while you playing.
Yeah, I had one. I think the best threesome I ever had in my life was in Dallas.
Hey, listen. Oh, okay. Oh, yes. Look, when you get into this situation, so we always had a discussion of the best women. You know, when you either you do it city or you do it state, like the best women that you come across. People, oh man, Miami got all these women. Miami women are horrible. I'm talking horrible.
Plastic everything. Like
Wow.
Miami
For
women
real?
are to me.
What you talking about,
Plastic
morals wise,
everything.
or
I'm talking about class, just your
class.
standard of a woman.
Okay.
When you say a woman, I don't care what it is that you want to put the category as freaks, as girlfriends, as ladylike, whatever you want to classify that as.
Yeah.
What city would you say, hey, you know what? This is the city I want to go to have a good time.
It's a tie between Dallas, Texas, and Chicago, man.
Shot
You know what I'm saying?
Shot
When the city got that work too.
Man,
Really?
some of my favorite females is in Chicago.
Hey, he been traveling, man.
Look and see all chin grilling
I've
in
been all
here.
around the world,
He been
man.
traveling.
Like, yeah, I didn't have a lot of great games when we played the Bears, but I had a great time.
I did my thing in every city.
Yeah, nah, you definitely
On
did,
and off
man.
the field.
You definitely.
Believe that. On and off the field. I changed
Can't
my
wait
life.
till this nigga book
Hey,
come out. That's a must
man.
read on the plane to
Yeah.
Dallas shit.
Yeah, you definitely did your thing, man. You know what I'm saying? I respect you, man. It's an honor to be sitting up here speaking with you too, man. I remember. I mean, you probably don't recall it, but I remember going to a few parties at his crib.
Yeah, the pool party.
Yeah.
Oh,
I remember
shit.
y'all was
I remember a couple of
everybody,
those.
man,
Yeah.
pool parties always classic.
Taking
man.
pictures, yeah.
CP,
bitch,
your parties wasn't
had,
lit,
We
see.
had Clint parties
Now,
out, bitch.
let me tell you
Pull
something
up,
about,
bitch.
can I tell you something about CP parties? I went to a couple other ball players' parties, live in the area, and they always had like a cash bar. Like, how the fuck I gotta pay for drink? CP house, nigga,
Yeah.
I was trying to stay. Like, on some, damn, which one of his niggas I could hook up with so I could stretch this little party? Free alcohol, I mean, food.
But you-
everything was just love. See,
You know
that's,
what's
that's
crazy?
how you carried it.
People look at partying now, and it's
fucking
like,
nigga.
I don't go out. I don't do, like, now I'm a soccer dad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But people look at like, oh man, like, why don't you come out? I'm 36, first off. There's nothing for me in the club. Like, this is not exciting to me. And at the level that I've partied to, I damn sure I'm not having a good time. Like, I
This
was
nigga
fresh
party
before
with
fresh
me.
was cool. You know what I mean? I was skinny jeans way before everybody else on some fly, like, fashionable shit. Now all of a sudden you go out and you put on this outfit. You pay $1,000 for an outfit to go stand in a club that they giving you a hard time about wearing a hat, and you get inside, everybody's smoking weed. You're like, why was I just arguing with you to come in here with my hat on, and everybody in here doing something wrong? So I can't have a good time in the club.
Right.
Just the way that our parties were back in the day, and it was plentiful.
You have plenty of fun at them parties.
Yeah, Mad Power.
Power
Yeah,
Unit.
man, we used to turn all that out. Dominique Moxie, all that. You know what
Tupac,
I mean?
no
Tupac,
doubt.
everybody. It was just, you know what? And what's crazy? It was put together that day. Everything was always put together. It wasn't planned. It was.
What's up
you
with
know
that
what?
welcome
It's a nice
home
day.
Fat Trel party? That sounds like something need to be in the making right there.
Shit, we done had about 4 or 5 of them motherfuckers.
Okay,
man.
so I'm that fourth one. We'll keep you posted on that one.
We done had about 4 or 5 welcome home parties, man. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we looking forward to that music trail. I'm gonna let you get out of here.
Absolutely.
This is super
Hey, all right,
fun.
man,
I
appreciate
mean,
it.
Pleasure,
shit.
pleasure meeting you,
Fat
man. Already,
motherfucker.
bro.
Ow. Oh my God, I love this kid right here. Yo, Trel.
Thank you. I love you too,
Debo,
Steph. You already
stay
know.
out, keep this nigga out of every padded room. We need him, like, because if anybody could do it for the city, you can, Trel.
Absolutely.
Like I believe that you can.
Absolutely.
You can be the guy.
I'm
Absolutely.
waiting to hear this Vegas about this pimping and hoeing situation.
Yeah, make sure y'all get that Fat and Ugly tape too, man. My homie Yada, man. You already know what to do.
We back, hard hats and heels. CP, your girl stuff lover.
I'm here.
We out here, wide open.
Fat Trel, yo. I'm
Great
so happy
interview,
he's back
man.
home. That was
Yeah,
that was a hard
dope
interview, yo. You trying to get him to admit. I
I
can't
wasn't
believe
trying
he
to get
admitted
him
the
to
threesome, but damn, you
Listen.
took him down the road and you
No,
showed him
first
the
off,
way.
You set him up talking about relationships. So he just
He
cleared
said he
it up.
wasn't a whore anymore.
Hey, well,
I find that hard to believe. Coming home from jail.
Why do all women say it? Oh, what's your relationship status? Doesn't matter. That doesn't
It
matter.
really doesn't, but
So
at the same
why
time,
would
we
you
like
even
to
discuss-
know.
Like, what's your relationship status?
My relationship
Not you.
status?
No, I'm not asking
Oh,
you that.
I
I'm just
would be
saying in
like,
conversation. That would be, what's your relationship status? You know what I mean? Before we met, what was you doing yesterday?
Me?
Don't answer that again. I don't want to know.
Yo, speaking of relationship goals, so have you heard about this Gabrielle Union fiasco? She talking about D-Wade like get his ass ate. I mean, I was gonna buffer it, but there's no way else to say it.
She elevated freakiness.
That just made me look at D-Wade like a whole nother way.
She elevated it. You know, I think a lot of people look at D-Wade in a different way. You know, D-Wade always been a clean cut, you know, just baller type dude, and all of a sudden you find out, you know, he kind of freaky. So he's really freaky.
Kind of freaky?
Yeah, he's really freaky.
But I don't know if she should have put that out there because, you know, during the game, people pull anything personal out and just try to get you off your game, you know?
I mean, obviously they don't care. It's nothing that they're hiding from people, I'm sure, around
I think she's trying to sell books.
Circle.
It's something about a book. She has a book out, so.
I mean, if that's the way to sell books,
Shit, your husband
they got
like it.
enough money. Between the two of them, they got enough money. I don't think it's any pressure. I mean, I don't know if it's a escalator in it. Of, you know, we sell this many copies, you get another 20 mil. You know,
I'm just thinking of all the shit she could have put out there. You know,
I always heard she was bad. She was freaky. You know,
I mean, I heard a little bit more than that, but anyway, when we talk about nobody's wife or whatnot,
I mean, that's his wife,
I leave
so-
that to the rappers.
I mean, for
They
them,
throw
it
in a
is what
verse.
it is. It's nothing a bit. I mean, if that's what they do, they in a relationship.
I mean, listen, I'm gonna be very candid here. I haven't ever like ate ass voluntarily, but you know, I'm having to go too deep in the, you know what I'm saying? And then it's just like after that, you kind of like, what do I do? Where do I go from here? Like, what are we doing after that?
You
Like,
better go to sleep. That's what you gotta do.
go straight to the
sleep.
bathroom
You
with
go
the
straight-
Listerine.
You better
Fuck
go to
outta
sleep.
here. Anyway, how you feeling about D-Wade on the Cavs now?
I mean, I think it's
Switch gears
just
real
as
quick.
the super teams. You know, I'm an OKC fan. I love Russell Westbrook.
Woo, and they got a squad.
So that's not gonna change. But you know, just
Because
to
he
see,
took himself out of the starting lineup because JR was feeling some sort of way.
Hey,
first of all,
off,
JR, you
JR
too
is-
fucking so sensitive, man. Come on, bro.
JR ain't sensitive, man. JR been shooting people lights out for years. Denver, New York.
But D-Wade
JR,
got how many rings? 3, 5, 4?
it don't matter how many rings. If you in a situation like JR is, I mean, outside of LeBron, he's a mainstay with the Cavs. So, you know, he
I
contributed
mean, Knicks
to getting
came away
those.
from fucking nothing, but of course he goes somewhere else
he
and becomes
he
a champ.
contributed to those rings as well. And it's not like it was a competition. You just traded for D-Wade a week before. You know, you signed D-Wade a week before the season start. Whereas it's not competition where he just beat JR out and you move me from the bench.
think it's
But
seniority.
I think it work out. JR been in the league doing this thing for a minute. So I think it'll work out for them.
We'll see. Now, speaking of your team, OKC, you feeling like they got enough to take down the Warriors? The Warriors look very vulnerable early in the year, yo. They like 2-2 right
82
now.
games, man. Like you playing 82 games. In basketball, it don't matter. They know once they get into the playoffs, that's when it turn up. So you even look at the Rockets. You know, you look at the Rockets.
Rockets
you look
looking
at
good.
OKC.
CP already hurt? What the fuck?
Yeah,
I
but-
mean, CP3, not you. But.
Yeah, but you get in those situations where they have so many games. You know, of course they'll go on a 20-game win streak, and all of a sudden they 22-2,
Right.
and you know contending for losing 10 games all season again. But OKC, man, I think we just need some bench. Why Monte Ellis still available? I have no clue. You go out, you add Monte
right.
Ellis as a scorer coming off the bench. You don't put too much pressure on him. And I mean, he got green light coming off the bench.
Well,
as
is it
the
a money
sixth man of
thing
the year.
because they, Melo getting a bag, Paul getting a bag,
It's not a money thing. I think
Brian,
you could go.
Westbrook getting a bag?
Listen,
Jeez.
I think Monte Ellis just want to play basketball. He's made enough money.
Yeah.
I'm sure you don't have to go out and pay him $20 million a year. You can find a
Veteran
way.
minimum,
Yeah,
yeah.
you can find a way in for him to go to that team. You know, everyone
Shit, that's
is
what
like,
Rose getting, right? The minimum?
well, that's what
Right.
D Wade and Rose getting. So it's kind of like a 1 year. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna come play this 1 year. next year you got to straighten me. So,
Well, that's that. You see how that's going down. The Knicks, the Wizards look pretty good too, but you know nowadays you need 3. I'm thinking that's the Wizards' only problem is like Gortat is not the super team. You feel me?
Gortat just he can't handle the
Otto,
big
they
names.
gave him the check, but I don't think
Well,
he's.
I like
the
Otto,
super
I
guy,
like
nigga.
Bill, and of course John. But those 3, you need a big man. You know when
Yep.
Morris come back, he adds a little grit. Gortat, I don't know if you get over the hump with Gortat. I think you need another rim protector. You need someone nasty on the defensive end of the ball. And you don't really have that. You know, if you can go out and get a Tyson Chandler, you know, someone just
Tyson
coming
Chandler.
off the
Knicks
bench
had him too.
from the Suns, you know, it gives you a chance.
So it leads us to our next segment right here on Hats and Heels is a brand new segment I want to introduce. New segment alert. It's called Who You Got? That means we talking about basketball, football, music, this and that. So I'll throw a few out there. I want to see who CP got. Who you got, CP? Dodgers or the Astros?
Dodgers.
Damn, that was easy. I'm going to go with the Astros because y'all was talking about Dallas and Texas and all that. And Houston, they don't quit.
You know what? Houston deserves this. The Astros got a really good team. They deserve to be in this situation. But the Dodgers, man, if you look, the Dodgers, top
the
to bottom,
pitching,
the pitching,
yeah,
Kershaw, you know,
They gave it up
Miter.
yesterday, though. The closer couldn't close. Shit.
Yeah, but that.
And they going back to
you're
Houston.
in the World Series. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, you're splitting Houston and you're
Shit is getting real.
right back up in Chavez Ravine.
You know, they said that Magic Johnson had left the baseball game. And shit, he took the luck with him because as soon as he went to the Lakers game, that's when the Lakers beat the Wizards. So it's like, they like, hold up, Magic, we got to clone your ass or something, but we need you to stay with the winning team. Okay, next up, Young Dolph versus Yo Gotti. Who you got?
Man, Yo Gotti.
Yo Gotti?
I've been a Yo Gotti fan for a long time. Yo Gotti just, Yo Gotti. You know, I can't listen to Dolph. He makes good music. I know people are crazy about Dolph. A couple of his songs like Go Hard, Bangers in the Club, but just on a catalog of music, Yo Gotti got some, yeah.
I have to concur with that. Yo Gotti is definitely the man.
I still ride around listening to January 10th mixtape all the time. It's
His
probably
new shit is
playing
crazy.
now.
Rake it up. I love that song right there. Speaking of loving, who you loving? Cam Newton stylist or Russell Westbrook stylist?
Westbrook, man. Cam,
Did you see Cam with the
but
this
that's-
nigga right here?
Westbrook all the
He
way.
stole all Craig Seeger shit and now he just remixing it, making it, taller for him.
They both doing their thing, but Westbrook in a class of his own.
Yeah, I give him that.
He's always just he marches his own beat and he does it the right way. He's not bothering anyone. The way he carries himself just as a man. Westbrook.
I like Westbrook. But I think this year, as far as the MVP go, I think it's Harden's turn. I do believe it's Harden's turn. That's a whole nother discussion. Speaking of Harden, well, we could, not kind of in a roundabout way. Last one on who you got. Love and Hip Hop Miami. I'm hearing they getting ready to introduce a new show versus Love and Hip Hop Houston. Which one would you watch? Who you got?
I'm not interested in love and hip hop, period. But
you know if they go Miami, they gonna have some of your, maybe an old straggler of yours trying to drag you in there,
they won't
kiddo.
have no stragglers of mine. I'm not. You know what? Being removed from this scene, being removed from the action, you don't even have those words. You know, back in the day, of course, some of the people you see, you've crossed paths with. But now, just being able to say, you know, man, I dodged some bullets in a lifetime. But you know, love and hip hop. It's been going so long. I wish they would actually highlight what these people are good at because it's all arguments, petty arguments. I already know I'm getting ready to dash water in your face.
Shit,
yeah, like I could see the security forming right before the fight start.
The
And
reunions
like
be
that-
where shit go ham. That shit be
Yeah, but they're gonna end up cutting the reunion out. Like you sitting here doing like this to throw a punch and you cock all the way back. I still haven't ducked. Come on, man. Like it's turning into bad acting. Whereas at one point, you know, when it first came out, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, it was funny. You know, you're looking at Mama D, you're looking at Scrappy and
Now
the
it's just
creation
like-
of words. You know, everybody trying to find their lane. Now it just seems like it's so stripped. Like everyone, if you're around grown-ups that argue that much over pettiness. I don't want to be around any of these people.
I agree. I don't think I would watch either one of them. Now, Love and Hip Hop DC, now that might be something not too lit, because I know they'll call Fat Trel with the quick. They'll call a few other people who are on the quick. So
Yeah,
that,
but who you gonna put on Love and Hip Hop DC? Like,
you got
who's-
Genuine. You got, Shy Glizzy on the come up. You got Fat
yeah,
Trel.
but Shy Glizzy and Fat Trel, I mean, they
That's
don't
TV
need Love and
though.
Hip. Yeah, but
They
they don't
don't,
need
but-
TV. Like, they have music. They don't need TV. Like, they're not reviving
DC
their
Scorpio, DJ Cool. Turn this shit into a go-go.
career. No one outside of DC will know who those people are. No one.
With the rates to be through the roof in the metro.
Yeah,
Shit.
but that won't do you no good.
You might have a point there. All right. Move around. All right, y'all. Steph Lover, CP in the building once again. Hats and Heels. It's the podcast, baby. And we got another special guest, the hybrid. Marcus in the building. MD, he's the doctor. I'm just making this shit up as I go along.
Hey,
What's
listen,
up, Marcus?
Listen.
What's going
The
on?
show is Hats and Heels, right? I normally wear the hat. You supposed to wear the heels, but you be wearing J's and shit. But this man, his shoe
nigga
game
always
just came
on
in.
me.
This man's shoe game just came in and killed all this.
Throw
I
the
wanna go,
shoe up.
Yeah, I want to
Can
go
you-
and change right now. You know what I mean?
Oh,
and
man.
I
You
felt
can
throw
good.
one
I
up.
felt good about my
Put one
shoes.
up
You know
there.
what I
Might be
mean?
able to
Look,
throw
one
I
up there.
just got
Put
these.
one up.
You know what I mean? I just got these. And look how he come in here.
That's
Stand up
that's
and let
rent
these
money,
people see
nigga.
these.
Damn.
Oh, yeah, want me to stand?
Marcus
stand
got
up
rent
and let-
money.
Hey, and his hat. His hat better than mine, and his shoes better
God
than mine. I
damn,
don't know
Marcus.
what's going on.
Man, I appreciate
Nigga
y'all.
got
I
the
appreciate
custom
y'all.
jean shit, rocking all
Hey,
of that.
Mind
It's a
you,
goal.
it's 1:13 p.m.
He ready to get it on. He come prepared. Marcus, what's up, baby?
doing all
Marcus from the area, too. He's from Highsville, the Maryland area.
Well, actually, I'm from uptown, Northwest DC.
That's not what it said on your Wikipedia. You might want to.
Talking to the
Listen, sometimes a lot of stuff that's presented, you can't really believe too much. But when you get it from me, I'm gonna give it to you straight.
Oh, so the Wikipedia is a lie.
Yeah, man, Wikipedia ain't too.
The man just
My
told
man
you to
right
listen
here
to
knows,
him.
My man right here knows about that, especially
man.
playing in the league.
I don't know why you go through that Wikipedia shit anyway. I knew this was some bad information.
You,
when
he
you
was
showed
laughing
up.
when he was reading it. The shit was hilarious. He was looking. He was like, "Yeah, okay, Steph, you sure you want to go over this?" And I was like, "Shit."
They
man, what
actually
else
got
we
on the
do?
internet like.
What about going? You leave the DMV and go to Georgia. How was that experience?
Actually, at that time we had I had just followed Navarro Bowman. We had Joe Hayden at that time.
Man, you know Navarro and Joe, my young boys.
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
You
man.
know what I mean?
We know a lot of the same people.
Yeah.
Well, they were coming out, and around this area, they were getting a lot of buzz, and they were going, out of the state. And I actually wanted to go to Penn State at first, originally. Once Navarro chose there, another guy named Akeem Hebron, he also was coming out of good counsel at the time. He decided to go to Georgia, so that kind of directed my attention to go down there. And to be actually honest, the movie, what's the little skate movie T.I. had, ATL?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, ATL.
Yeah, so that movie was out at the same time, so I saw that movie. And you gotta think I'm
Nigga saw a skate movie
Hey, yeah, you-
and transformed his whole life.
exactly.
Like, you know
So you
what?
gotta think of I'm in military school, so I can't do too much or see too much, and I was only allowed to take a couple visits. So I actually went to Georgia. It was set up nice.
So you were ready to
like,
party, huh?
Yeah, I liked it. So
You done seen ATL? You want to go out here and just
Yeah, get your bounce roll skate on.
Yeah, exactly.
Ow!
I mean, and also University of Georgia is one of the places, the best of the best, So proving that I was the best, that was one of my main goals, and going down there and showing that no matter where I was from, I can play the game with the best of them.
University of Georgia done put out some D linemen and linebackers over the years, some bad boys. What was the competition like? Because it's different. People always talk about up north football, and it's all VA. Everybody talk about Southern VA, which they put out great players. When you look at Michael Vick and D'Angelo Hall and all the guys, Plexico Birds that come from
that area down there, AI,
that
oh
area,
my God.
AI. They have some unbelievable athletes.
Of course.
But that's that area. The entire state don't put out those type of athletes, Ronald Curry, and those guys. But when you go into the South, it's totally different. Sports are taken different, especially in Georgia. On Friday night,
Shit,
you
high
can
school
be-
football
What?
is the
High
shit
school
down there.
football on Friday night in the South, in Georgia, Mississippi, Louisiana, when you talking about going to hang out, before you go anywhere, you stop at the local high school football game
Like
to
that?
watch the weekly game, and then you go. Especially in college, that's all we did.
And it's
in
big,
Miami.
sold out.
Yeah.
Big stadiums. They not playing in 200 people. They playing 2,000 in high school, right?
Oh, you walk across one of these little hay fields, you got hay all over your shoe before you get in the game, and it's going down once you get there, and the food, the tailgating, all that.
Of course.
So
yeah,
what-
Like
what-
I said, it's something that was told to me I perceived different, and when I got there, it's kind of like a stigma I put on myself by getting into some early trouble there as a freshman. You know, being out, being in the bars when I wasn't supposed to be. You know, hanging out with the older guys.
But Georgia,
Because they
a
lied
party
to you.
school.
Shit, I would have been drinking too if they lied to me, told me I was going to get hella playing time and we
Yeah, but
down here.
See, that's the thing about a lot of schools. You know, going to the University of Miami, it wasn't the lies. I remember being recruited. Coach Donnie Solinger came in and he was like, "Look, kid, you want to come to the University of Miami or you don't? Because if you want to come, I'll recruit you. If not, I'll go out and recruit the next fucking guy." And I'm
damn.
thinking, like, for me to be a prize recruit, for this man to
That's
talk
kinda
to
bold,
me like this, he
yeah.
didn't come in and sell me no dream. I was like, you know what? His honesty alone. Then I got the opportunity to go and meet the guys. You know what I mean? And I met Edge, and the first thing Edge said, "Hey, you coming to UM?" And I said, "Are you leaving? If you leaving, I'm coming." He says, "You know what? It shouldn't matter if I leave or not. You should come here for the competition." And at the time that I signed the University of Miami, Edgerrin James, James Jackson, Najee Davenport,
God damn,
were all
CP.
on the roster
Do
already.
you think they made you better or?
Oh yeah,
Well,
because
this
it
is
was.
actually not to cut you off, this is actually one of my favorite running backs of all time.
Oh, hey, what the crowd noise is? What the crowd noise is?
I gotta warn the guests
I ain't
to
gonna lie to
please
you.
don't do that during the
I ain't gonna lie
podcast.
to
Hey,
you.
bring the crowd up.
fucking-
Applause,
We need a bigger
applause.
room, yo.
It is, and I wanted to go to Miami. Miami offered me, but because I also play running back too, I broke Eddie George's record at Fort Union. And if you know about Fort Union, it's the school who has the most Heisman Trophy winners to ever attend, whether it be high school or postgraduate. We got a lot of draft picks, so you know the
Love
list
Edgerrin.
goes
He's
on.
got
And
a
we-
full
it's one of
mouthful
the
of gold.
exactly, it's one of the major feeder programs as well to a lot of the military and businesses in the country these days. But playing running back, I used to watch him and some other running backs at the time, and you know, like I said, it's one of my favorite.
Hey, I appreciate
How he
that,
did it.
man.
What was CP? Because I wasn't a big football fan then. But what was his signature move, yo? Because
There wasn't no
I just
signature.
enjoyed your interviews,
He
son.
had
Fuck the game. I'm like, yo, this nigga's trip on the interview. I want to see what he had to say.
And he had a little bit of everything, and like I ain't never know if he was like a big back or like
Yeah,
a
that's
small
what I'm
one.
saying. Because most of like the bus, he was 2 yards. He gonna run it straight in. You know what I'm
But
saying?
That was the thing.
Were you the
know,
finesse guy?
Man, I was, however I was going to get it, that's what I had to do. If I had to go out and grind and get it, I went
So
out
you
and
was
grinded.
the hybrid.
I was everything.
Oh,
It
nah.
wasn't a weak point. It wasn't a weak spot in my game. You know what I mean? When I transitioned coming from Denver, it was like everyone was like, "Oh, you're a big home run hitter. He just make the big play." All of a sudden, I come to this offense, and it wasn't a big play. It was running through this brick wall all the time. But you got to make up your mind. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna run through this brick
See,
wall.
you know what I
and get
noticed
it
about
done.
your game? You never got tired. Like I never. Some of the running backs, they'll have a long run, whatever. They'll, you see them signal like, nigga, I'm ready to get the
If
fuck.
I had a
need
long run and we got down to the red zone,
You wanna
know
score?
how
Fuck
hard
that.
touchdowns was to come by? It ain't. No, you ain't jogging nobody fresh
Especially in
on.
Miami, y'all got them backs.
Yeah, I
you
mean,
had to-
just the competition alone, going back to Miami, the competition, it drove you. Because you couldn't have a day where you, I can't slip the day. Willis McGahee, he's sitting right here hungry. He wanted to be the
He's
star.
salivating,
Frank
like-
Gore sitting right here. He wanted to be the star. Najee Davenport sitting right here. He wanted to be the star. Jared Payton wanted to be the star. You know what I mean? So it
All
wasn't
the
no
niggas
day.
went to Miami.
Yeah, it
they
wasn't
had
no
a
day off.
lineup.
Everybody, we sitting in there. How our coach even managed to keep us, you know what I mean? how he even, because me and Frankie G was cool, but Najee was mad at the world because he wasn't getting his just due,
Yeah.
and Willis was mad at the world because he felt like he wasn't getting his just due. So we sitting in the meeting room. It ain't, hey dog, let me help you. No, you supposed to do this. Hey, we sitting in the meeting room. Shit.
Everybody like shit. We'll see, nigga.
You know what I
See
mean?
who's gonna do what. That's what's up. So you played No, you didn't get
You went to
drafted.
North Alabama. What
You
was
went to
it-
North
what was the
Alabama,
team?
that's
I
what
went,
we
I went
picked
to
up.
North Alabama. I really, what I decided to do, I pretty much went to Coach Rick and I asked him, you know, it's my senior year. I mean, I'm going into my senior year. And I need to make a business decision. And it was like, you know, at this point, me and my family, and at that time where I was listed at in the draft, it looked good for me, you know, even if I left, you know, coming out as a junior. So it was kind of like, what decision do I make? And he pretty much told me, like, yeah, you know, you came here, we told you something, but, you know, you still got to wait your turn. And I was like, and at that time I had did enough there, on and off the field, where I felt like, you know, I deserve a shot to at least compete for the starting spot, not to be told at that time, you have to wait your turn.
So do they tell everybody that CP on the recruit, like, sure you're gonna get to play?
A lot of schools sell people dreams, and that's kind of what upsets you about rankings, because a lot of these kids come out ranked so high and they're promised the world, and then all of a sudden you get to competition and you can't respond. You know, it's
'cause
totally
you so
different
used to the shit being spoon-fed.
Yeah, like it's totally different when you got people flying around, and it's not intimidation. You know, a lot of kids come from a situation where everyone else is intimidated by them. It's like, oh, he's so good, I'm not
Now they
gonna
don't
hit
give
him.
a fuck, yeah.
Once you get to a certain level, it's a dude sitting over here like, I'm gonna bust his ass every chance I get. And you know, you're not used to being hit. All of a sudden, somebody coming at you, targeting you constantly, that's on the same level, that's getting the same respect. A lot of people back down. Like it's getting punched in the mouth. When you get punched in the mouth, everybody talk about fighting when there's no punches thrown. And once them punches start flying, you realize a lot of people can't fight.
Exactly. And, you know, or you become in a situation like mine where, you know, you're not from there. You're not from the South. Okay, so you automatically look different. Okay, the way
even
you
think
carry
about that.
yourself, how you speak to the people of
Especially if
authority.
people coming into the meeting room like this.
Yeah. Exactly. Coach Terry Bowden, who is the son of Coach Bobby Bowden from Florida State, so who is a Hall of
good
Fame
But
pedigree.
coach.
listen, he was so serious at Auburn. So serious. But you know, they had the most recruiting violations ever.
Exactly. Exactly.
Hey, listen, one of the kids, Robert Baker. His name was Robert Baker, the touchdown maker. He was from Gainesville.
I like that. Robert Baker,
Right,
the touchdown
Robert
maker.
Baker, the touchdown maker. This is the only dude in the history of sports. He went to Auburn. The only dude in the history of sports. And Bowden was the coach, right? Man, this man got caught with keys at Auburn, right? Got caught with keys. The governor pardoned him.
Because he wanted him to play. So they could get that W?
The governor pardoned him. He got drafted to the Miami Dolphins.
Shit.
Robert Baker, the touchdown maker. Go look it up. Return punts, kicks. He was so cold. Played under Bowden. But after they got Bowden out of there, it was...
Yeah, that much juice.
Drafted. When you know how when you transfer, you can't transfer and just be an average player. You can't transfer.
You gotta be
But that's the thing with transferring, man. Sometimes, you know, and kids jump up. It's like the moment you don't get what you want, you jump up. My freshman year, I can recall, I kid you not, myself, Philip Buchanan was my roommate. Philip Buchanan was getting ready to transfer to Georgia. Like, he just felt like things weren't going right.
What position he played?
He played cornerback, hell of a cornerback, probably one of the best corners I ever seen in my life. But Phil was, you know, it was just that situation. You come into college, you feel like I'm about to come in
Tear
and
this
play.
shit
I'm
up.
better than the dude who in front of me. But you know, these people been here working, and you got to prove consistency over a period of time. So when Phil come into college, it was the same way. And we all, you know, everybody, I'm sitting here feel like I should be starting, and I'm not getting in the game. You know what I mean? I'm sitting on the sideline. We played in New York. We played Ohio State in the kickoff class. I got tears in my eyes. I'm so mad.
You ain't even get on the
Andre Johnson put his hand like, CP, dog, just wait your turn, dog. You gonna be okay. I'm sitting here, tears in my eyes, like, this is the first time I ever, like, I'm standing on the field and they don't put me in. Like, I'm mad. You know, if snot and tears start coming out,
yeah.
you better leave them people alone.
Yeah.
And Drake put his arm around me like, CP, dog, like, just
He
wait
saw
your turn.
it, right? He saw you ready to ball.
This is your first game. Like,
It was
this
your first game?
This is your first game
Damn,
ever,
see?
CP. Like, before you lose your mind, Wait
Relax,
your turn.
yeah.
And then we played Penn State like week 2 and week 3. I still don't get a chance. You know what I mean? And when I finally got my chance, it was East Carolina. And this was like week 4, week 5.
Oh, that's what we talked to
By-
dude about, right? That was your first game?
By the time this was
So,
my
yeah,
first game
so-
playing, like start. So now when I get this situation to start, when the coach comes say, "Hey, you ready?" You know I'm ready. You've been holding me back all this time. He said, "Well, I'm not holding you back anymore. You starting." So I'm like, "What?" You know, like I'm halftime. I got 100 yards rushing
Going crazy.
at halftime. You know what I mean? And it was just that fire and desire is burning inside me to say, once I get on this field, and a lot of kids get the opportunity and never capitalize.
Like I said, to touch on making sure you make the best out of your opportunity. And that was one of the times where I made up in my mind that no matter where I'm at, I'm going to make sure I show them the best in the country. And I led the country in every stat category possible at my position. And I play offense as well.
So why don't you think you got drafted? Because you was in a Division II school?
Media, this stuff.
Media,
And you know, and I guarantee you know how media can alter things, you know.
Well, it just alter the perception. You
Yeah,
know,
exactly.
for some people, they tag on and they build your story up as encouragement. For some people, it's like it's a trope
They rip
kid.
your
Let's
ass
leave 'em alone.
down,
But
yeah.
when you go back, when you really go through and look at what supposed trouble was, it's never, man. Like
You ain't
get the
kill
short
nobody,
end of
did
the
you?
stick.
I don't know. I ended
You ain't
up-
raped nobody, sexual assault, nothing?
I got into a bar.
Stole something? What you did?
Nah, I got into
We got a
bar
ball fight. Knocked the nigga out. He lost all his teeth and
what
lost his
kids
Medicare.
don't get into bar
I'm just
fights?
saying, like, because they literally, what bugs me out, especially CP, about that type of shit is, you guys are football players. Y'all always aggressive.
But what
Every
kids
football
don't get
player
into
I
bar
know is
fights?
be like, be more aggressive, be more aggressive. Can't just turn that shit off. For the last 15 years, they've been telling them to be more aggressive. That's the nature of the business. Then when they go out and they're aggressive, punch a nigga in the face because you said something, oh, this guy is the worst guy in the world. I'll be like, it's the way the fun of it. Because when you guys started playing football, it was for the fun of it. And then when they turn into the business, that doesn't take away the fun.
Well,
Because
but
if I'm
see,
sitting here
it
nervous
should-
about
it shouldn't
trying to buy
turn
my
into
mama a
business.
house, if I
But it
can't get this
shouldn't-
touchdown,
it shouldn't turn
I'm
into
not going to play
business. And,
better.
and this is where a lot of kids go wrong. It shouldn't turn into business until you arrive. You know, like the understanding of where you are. I mean, I thought I had a hell of a freshman year, but it wasn't until I seen Bubba Franks, Nate Webster, Edger and James success on the next level that I said, you know what? I practice with these
I can
guys.
do
I
that,
watch these
yeah.
guys. I can do it. And then all of a sudden, my sophomore year come around, I get hurt, and you see Santana Moss, Reggie Wayne, and Dan Morgan, and they go have the success. And it's like, I definitely can do this. Like, the belief to say, you know what, if these guys are doing it, I know I can do it because I was with them guys competing. When it came to racing, me and Santana a step apart. You know what I mean? Like, oh, this guy's blazing fast. Well, shit, I must be fast too because I was right. He beat me, but by a step. You know what I mean? So the realization of what you have, you know what I mean, is just like going to college. High school, everybody claim they going to college,
Everybody, yep.
but you ain't going to college until you pass the ACT or the SAT.
True that, true
And
that.
I don't give a damn how good you are, what you thinking about, or what you got to say. Until you get that ACT or that SAT score, you ain't going to college.
Is that where you got the hybrid from? Because you just decided, like, fuck, I got to do everything if I'm going to make it to this next level. Is that where that kind of came from, you playing multiple positions, just trying to stay on the field?
Nah, actually, in 2012, when I entered, Rex Ryan called me up, and this is the first thing he said to me. He
Rex
said-
Ryan?
Yeah. he
The
called-
Jets. He was
yeah.
the coach of the Jets at the time.
Yeah, Rex Ryan was coach of the Jets. He's the head coach. Because I did well in the All-American circuit. I was player of the game at every All-American game I went to. So I had to add that to the point that I made of being the best at everything in every position that I was playing coming out of North Alabama. So going into the draft, I didn't get drafted like I expected. I was listed to go second round, and because of the perception that was received, or because I didn't do enough off the field, getting rid of that, I didn't get undrafted. But what Rex Ryan did was he called me a couple minutes after the last pick, and he told me, he was like, "Look, I heard everything that was going on. I know what people say about you, but all I'm asking you to do is come here and give me 100%, no matter what I tell you to do." And that's what I did. I decided to go there out of the offers that I had, because I got calls right after that for other teams. But I felt like his approach made it kind of like Terry Bowden's approach. So that's why I went to the Jets. And after I worked my way up, we had Bart Scott. That's one of my elders. Bart Scott. That's one of my OGs. Darrell Reeves, LaRon Landry. Who else we got? It's a lot of those guys at that time in 2012 that was on the Jets defense and offense. Antonio Cromartie. We had Tim Tebow. We had Mark Sanchez. And I was blessed at that time to come in, and I've been blessed on every team I've been to be my locker to be put right in the middle of a lot of the elders and a lot of the guys that, exactly. So I never really hung with guys my age or been around people that I know. And kind of to his point, what he just said before this, it was like, at some point and one point of view, until you get there and see what's available to you, that's when you're gonna know how to prepare. But he may not know, but I've been around him at least 3 times. Okay? And look,
CP, boy,
I've been around him at least 3 times. And
everybody got a CP story, though, I swear.
look, I've been around him. You know my guy, Chef Mel. I've been around a lot of people he know, right? I've been around a lot of athletes and musical artists and stuff, going to the University of Georgia and stuff. So I was able to see these things at a young age and be in it, right? So
the moment that you start taking kids to school and you get to hanging with them and it changed, you could be like, man, the hell with
CP's
football.
daddy daycare.
Like,
all day.
No,
He
for
loves
real.
it.
The moment you get, because that's precious time. Like you
Yeah.
said, I missed so many holidays, man. I've been missing holidays since '99.
Yeah.
I hadn't sat down. The fam come up, you got a game, you got practice. That's not a holiday. I got to get up and go to work. I smell mama cooking. I get to taste something before.
got to
Now
go.
I'm sitting in practice. Like, I can't focus on this shit.
Yeah.
Like, what you talking about?
You can't even eat because you got to stay in shape and shit and all that.
Weigh-in. Soon as you walk in. After Thanksgiving,
Oh, they fuck with
weigh-ins,
everybody.
Friday
Oh.
morning.
and they
Friday
taxing,
morning,
they
weigh-ins.
taxing. They gonna hit you.
Weigh-ins, and that's probably the only time that I ever I walk in like, well, I ain't getting on no scale. You already know I'm at my weight. You know what I mean?
Some
That's
guys,
Thanksgiving.
but some guys coming in, I'm trying to tell you, 10, 20,000.
Yeah, they will tax you for it.
real.
If you got a
I
nasty
remember,
coat.
what was that running back? He's from the area, Lamont Jordan.
Yeah.
And right before he signed with the Raiders, he came from the Jets, got a big check for playoffs. And then we were all in a group somewhere eating, and this nigga ordered fries with chili cheese and bacon. The season was starting in like 2 days. I was like, you're not going to eat that. For real, for real? Are you going to eat that?
Man, you can
That
eat what
nigga
you
ate
want,
that,
like
and
if
he
you-
went to practice, and it was the black coach that 1 year. Finds his ass on the walk-in. Think finds him like 40, 50 grand, like something outrageous. Because as a running back, I mean, he was totally out of shape. Not a little bit. He was fucked up that year, I remember.
But when you actually lead the organization, it's different. So you got to go about knowing like your brand and what you protecting. So despite all the story, you believe what you want to believe. I'm not here to tell you any different. You can think what you want to think of me. I can give 2 shits what you think of me. You're not doing anything for me. But you can't find anyone that's ever been around me to say anything bad about me. You can't find somebody to say, oh, I when you was around me, I guarantee you say, you know what, CP, man, that's a good dude. You know what I mean? CP a good dude. I like the way he carries himself because I'm never going to carry myself as an asshole or a jerk. If I don't deal with you, I just don't deal with you. And it's not that I don't sugarcoat that. You already know I don't deal with you. So why you around me in the first place? And if we are in the same room, I'm going to step away because I don't want nobody to get confused and think you with me when I start swinging or if something go wrong. You know
See,
what
I
mean?
had a problem one day. I had to tell somebody. They trying to act like we was cool because in the group setting,
Oh, they
I
constant.
stopped the music, everything. Said, "Come on, shorty, you know I don't fuck with you. Come on, now, get up out of here with that."
that's a
Like
constant.
literally, like I couldn't believe dude was trying to act like because we in a an environment. It's like trying to stand next to me. I'm like. I said, come on now, baby. You know I don't
It's
fuck
a
with you. Like,
constant,
let's
you
keep
have
it
people,
G.
you're going to
Yeah.
always have people like tag alongs, and they always talk about women being groupies. Dudes,
Niggas,
dudes
men
are
are bigger.
man,
I get
I'm talking-
most of my gossip from men.
Hey, the
God
haters,
damn, they
dudes are-
slow leads.
Man, dudes are the biggest haters.
And they usually hating on other dudes.
Exactly.
I'm
They
talking-
usually
for what
hating
they
on
trying to
other
do.
dudes.
You don't have to hate on me to holler at this woman. If you want this woman, talk to her. Because I'll be damned if I mention your name together. Oh, you got a boyfriend? Let's show. That ain't got nothing to do with me. I don't even know him. I don't know
Sound
him.
like me.
I don't know him and ain't trying to get to know him. I don't want to talk about him, what he got. We need to handle our issue and we done with that. You see what I'm saying? And you gonna leave him alone after rocking with me anyway.
Damn.
After rocking, I'm gonna rock you. You know what I mean? You ain't gonna get this treatment.
Exactly.
And we ain't breaking no bread.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Little Debbie's
We
after
ain't
you're
breaking
done,
no
get
bread.
ready.
It's straight
God
like
damn.
that.
Just like that. Just like that.
CC.
That's young, wild.
The old
cocky.
CP
You know what I
back,
mean?
goddamn.
Yeah, that's- but you
Hey,
know,
man, that's 100 though. You know, sometimes you gotta give
Look,
it to him
you know
flat out.
shit get real when niggas start.
Yeah,
You know
flat
what
out.
shit. You got to throw something because your hands is just
Yeah.
all over the place. Anyway, let's hear it for one more time, Marcus the
hey,
hybrid.
appreciate you blessing the show, man.
I appreciate y'all having me.
Hats and
Appreciate y'all
Heels, we
having me.
appreciate it, babe. Well, hey, you keep going, babe, and only you can know when it's time to stop. Don't let anybody else tell you that.
Exactly.
I've been doing radio for 20 years. CP, do what you love, and the money always comes. Shit, because you.
Man,
I be
it's a
trying to
million
get
ways
CP
to
to
get
play
money, man.
flag football, all kind of shit. He be like, Steph, them days is over. I'm good. Stop that shit.
I almost called in. I damn near broke my hand the other night playing basketball. Look, the swelling done went down, but you
I
can
was
still
gonna
see
ask
it.
you what the fuck, but
Man.
it's your right hand lane wanna, assume you've been lonely lately.
I ain't whooped that meat since '99. Since '99.
Was that the year that you went to Miami?
Hey, that was my freshman year. Since '99, I said, man, I'd never do this again. I'd never do this again. And I ain't did it since. I had to get my game up. I had to come correct. I had to be a better me.
Everything. We're gonna be a better podcast. I'm telling you, we got one more thing coming. That's Lambo, the kid. He's gonna perform for us live. Keep it right where it's at. We ain't got no choice. It's the podcast. Just go with the flow, baby.
Hard hats and heels.
Aye. So.
Yo, as we wrap up Hard Hats and Heels, let's send a shout out to Fat Trel for blessing this set and Marcus Down. They came through, but only Hard Hats and Heels gonna send you out like this. LamboAnlo on my way. Dropping on Hard Hats and Heels with Steph Lover. Ambo, do your thing.
Sweet as a bug.
Appreciate you, CP.
Let's get it.
Let's
going,
get it.
Baby.
Thank y'all for
Shout out
having
to
me.
boy P. Stu. Hey.
Shout out to P. Stu. Steph Lover.
Hey.
I'm on my way.
Okay.
Hey. I'm on my. Hey. I'm on my way. Hey. Haters gonna hate. That don't hold no weight, but what you eat don't make me shit. I got greatness on my plate, and it don't matter what's the day. Everybody got a day till I reach my fate. I be on my way, I'm on my way. Hey, I be on my way, I'm on my way. Hey, I be on my way, I'm on my way. Hey, I be on my way, I'm on my way. Said I be on my way, long as you make it there. Don't matter if you late. I said there's nothing to be good, something to be great. I said you gotta find a way. When you from around my way, and every day I make mistakes. I'm stuck in my ways, but I'ma change the way that I play. It's on me, no one to blame. Staying in my own lane, hoping you do the same. Coaching you through the play. You got a lot more to gain. Fuck the games that they play. Gotta stay out the way. And when this shit get hot, you gotta play it cool. You get stuck in one spot, you gotta make a move. I know that we was not born with that silver spoon. Just bear with me one moment, we gon' make it soon. Haters gonna hate. That don't hold no weight, but what you eat don't make me shit. I got greatness on my plate, and it don't matter what's the day. Everybody got a day till I reach my fate. I be on my way, I'm on my way. Hey, I be on my way, I'm on my way. Hey, I be on my way, I'm on my way. I be on my way, I'm on my way. I said I be on my way, long as you pray. I flip through my I said I'm rolling with the punches. Take it day by day, some niggas, they just like the A. That don't make my every day we make mistakes. I'm stuck in my ways, but I'ma change the way that I live, change the way that I think. I just can't stay the same. That will make me insane. Change the beat of my drum. Pick the pace up some. Can't change where I'm from, but I can change where I'm from. And when this shit get hot, you gotta play it cool. You get stuck in one spot, you gotta make a move. I know that we was not born with that silver spoon. Just bear with me one moment, we gon' make it. Hey, haters gonna hate. That don't hold no weight, but what you eat don't make me shit. I got greatness on my plate, and it don't matter what's the day. Everybody got a day till I reach my fate. I be on my way, I'm on my way. Hey, I be on my way, I'm on my way. Said I be on my way, I'm on my way. Hey, I be on my way, I'm on my way. Said I be on my way.
Shake 'em down now.
Hey,
This way.
appreciate y'all. Hats and Heels,
Yes,
LamboAnlo. Thank y'all for having me.
This is
CP, Step Lover, gang. Appreciate.
You're listening to the best Radio VPS.